Hi, Shelly here. I'm going to show you a simple first kind of way to use your air fryer. So for many people, using their air fryer is something brand new, and we somehow equate it with deep frying, which not all of us are used to. And if you're not used to it, you might be thinking, okay, so what do I need an air fryer for? So it is like an alternate oven, and you cook directly on the shelf. You put your food right on the shelf for the most part. So I'm going to show you just doing chicken thighs. That's it. So just plain chicken thighs, and I've put a rub on it. So for the herb and garlic is what I chose this time. But you can use any seasoning that you like. So whatever you and your family like. These are the two racks, the stainless steel racks that come with it. And so what you do, there's one that goes up here, and you always know this one you generally don't cook on. It's really just to protect. It has this extra little handle at the front. It's really just to protect the food from anything from hitting the element, which is up here. And so it just lives up there. You put it in the dishwasher every few times. And if you're smart, you season your racks because they're stainless, and they will food will stick to them. I generally just go ahead and do it anyways, whatever. Now this is a separate rack that you can purchase separately. I do recommend this as an accessory. It's not necessary. So it has these two pieces. And the reason I love it is I love this silicone rack because it covers the hinge right there. And so nothing, it's just, I don't get the door all dirty on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put these on here. I have 4 for one and 3 for the other. And I'm just gonna put this up on the top rack, just like that. And then I'm gonna get my other one ready. And we'll put, I have 7 here, so we'll just put 3 on one and 4 on the other. These were frozen and they're pretty much thawed. So I'm gonna use the standard time. Okay, watch this. This is gonna go on the other rack. This just comes out. So now this drip catcher is sits on the bottom. I have the 2 racks in there, and I shut the door. That's it. And then I'm gonna turn the dial to air fry. So as you turn it, it goes to different settings. So if you go past it, just go back so that the lights up beside air fry. The default time is 25 minutes. I can leave it at that. And the temperature and everything is already preset. So literally, let's just go through this again. I'll press cancel. Can I cancel? Yes, I can. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I put the food on the rack, put the racks in there, I shut the door, I turn it to air fry, and I press the belly button to start. I press it twice. Once to confirm 25 minutes. If I wanted to change it less, I would just turn it one way. If I don't want to make it more, turn it the other way. 25 minutes is fine. I might need a little bit less if my meat weren't a little bit frozen inside. But even still, 25 minutes is fine. And I shut the door and start it. That's it. What's going to do now, it's going to start counting down as it is cooking away. There's no preheating necessary, no nothing. Like, it literally could not be simpler. And the food, because it has heat blowing directly at all the surfaces, you get a beautiful finish, and yet there's no extreme heat touching it. So the meat tends to stay more tender and juicy. And so chicken is especially delicious in here. I mean, so many things are. It's just so easy. So you just stick the food on and shut the door and start it. If you need to adjust the time, fine. So now it's gonna beep at me at halftime. And the reason it's gonna do that is to prompt me to change the levels like that. So I'm going to open the door. I'm not gonna, I don't have a way to pause the video. But essentially I'll open, it'll go beep, beep, beep. It will not stop, it'll keep going. So if I don't open the door and flip it, the one at the top will be browner and the one underneath will be blonder. It's not the end of the world. but it will be noticeable. So it's recommended that you do it, but it'll just keep going. So it kind of beeps for maybe a minute and then it stops beeping. And so it's just my reminder to come in here, open the door. What I do, again, because when I move the shelves, it could drip on the door, the inside of the door, which gets it dirty, and then I have to clean it afterwards. So to prevent having to clean it, I just stick this right up against the drip tray. I use these, hold on 1 second, I got to grab them. They're really useful. These mini oven mitts are super useful for the air fryer, and I'll show you why. Because when I open it, I can just grab the edge of a shelf and move it. So you can see that if I open the door, it just pauses it, and when I shut it, it keeps going. So when I rotate them, then that's going to catch any drips, and then when I shut the door, it'll just keep going. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's why this is also something that I do recommend to my customers, is these, because when I'm using this on the shelf, it's bulky, and that is such a thin little tray that this tends to get all in the food and kind of gets really irritating. Another option would be to use tongs and pull the shelf out a little bit, and then it would be easier to grab onto with these. That's why we use these, because they're just handy. So, and you just wash them. Hot soapy water, dry them, and put them away if you get them dirty. Okay? So those are 2 accessories I particularly use a lot. But other than that, go for it. That's kind of one of the easiest ways to get started with your air fryer. You'll fall in love with it because chicken is just so darn good. So easy and fast and delicious. So what's not to love about it? So I hope that helps.